bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Jim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Take a look at the Warriors.
And when these two teams meet, it doesn't matter what the standings look like. They are out for blood in this one.
Well, this has been fun. Rivals going at it. And when they play, even in the regular season, it takes on a playoff feel.
So tonight, Tim, we got a fantastic matchup at the guard position. Indeed, some of the best in the league going head-to-head.
Yeah, this is the very top of the food chain when it comes to guard play in this league. Really no weaknesses out there for either backcourt.
Here's Wembanyama for three. Outside Curry. Green, the screen. Shot from the wing. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Now Edgecombe. Wembanyama with the rebound. Pass to Barnes. A three ball. It's hauled in by Paul George. About a minute played so far here in the first. Inside, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Sinks the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And the speed of the Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Wembanyama outside. There's the pick. Top of the key, Christie. 5 to shoot. Barnes the screen. Lets it go with the three. Christie can't make it. Edgecombe with it. Right side Curry. He shoots again. Over in the corner, Green. Outside Curry. Shoots over Fox. Curry, good.
In that mid-range area, it's important for Curry to have that quick release.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are, guys.
Looking to stay in the mix. Ellie, we thank you very much. And finished off by O'Neal.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Leaving some skin on the floor. Those are pure hustle points.
Curry with the bucket.
Yeah, Curry's range is just unbelievable from anywhere on the floor. He is lethal.
Castle, no one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Chalk up 2 there. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
Christie has the open look. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, that's not great shot selection right there, but you'll take anything that goes in.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Warriors leading by 5.
Substitution for the Warriors. DeAndre Jordan.
43 seconds left in the first. Here's Edgecombe. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Christie. Off target with his 3. Here's Golden State. George sets a screen. And the rejection by Wembanyama. On the wing, Fox. And a miss there on the triple. Now, here's George. Here's Curry. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Warriors lead by
13.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
They clearly wanted to be the more physical team, and they are setting the tone that way. I love the work.
And San Antonio has possession. The Warriors making the shot. Pass to Castle. And there's the drive. Here's... Oh, that's the highlight of the night. Wembanyama.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
And here's George. They get it back. Here's Jordan. Back to Curry. From outside the arc. Beautiful stroke from Curry on the 3.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Greg, we know something every scout liked about PJ Edgecombe was his raw physical ability.
Yeah, many felt he was already NBA ready in terms of his physique. He's fast, he's strong, and he can just leap out of the gym. No waiting for him to fill out. This guy is ready to go.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And the Warriors making a change here. Spurs trailed by 7. Outside Harper. And it goes down 2 points.
Showing another dimension of his offensive arsenal. Man, is Harper fun to watch.
Outside Curry. In the corner, it's Melton. From past the arc. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And they continue to control the glass.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. They host the Kings after this game, and that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year.
Well, Harper is such a good finisher in there. You almost have to foul him to stop him, and that sometimes doesn't work.
And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
After Champagny, misses from short range. Warriors leading by 7. Up top, Melton. Curry on the wing. And the Warriors miss again.
And it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Pass to Bryant. The offensive rebound. Fournette. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe. Just maybe.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Warriors leading by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Podziemski, the bounce pass. Here's Curry. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Warriors lead by 9.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Here's Wembanyama. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
And here is Curry. Podziemski on the wing. And the Warriors can't hang on to the ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So it's San Antonio now. They trail by 3 with 1 on the clock. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Warriors on top of 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Jimmy Butler is the complete package. Coach Steve Kerr said he's an amazing player. The skill, the strength, the ability to get to the line, his passing connects the game. And in the end, it goes beyond that. Just his presence out there. He's a lion. He's a force. Back over to you, Kevin.
One of the best, for sure. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Fox. Following the basket by Stephen Kerr. Pass to Wembanyama. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
It's Curry outside. Barnes right side. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And it's Golden State's ball. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be game 4 of the 6-game road trip.
Oh, look at the hustle there from Draymond, leaving it all on the floor.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Wow, here's Curry. 15 points in the game. And he's good on the 3 ball. Curry's got 18 points in the game.
That brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Wembanyama looking it over. That one doesn't go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
It's George on the wing. Over Fox. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
Wembanyama, a screen. Castle misses.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Down low. Outside Curry. Pass to O'Neal. O'Neal literally bending the rim with the power.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
And they need to stay aggressive on defense so they can protect that lead with everything they've got.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Out to the wing, to the paint. There's Cornette, and it's sent back by O'Neal. Here's Edgecombe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standards been set.
Curry brings the double. Johnson for 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And he drives in. And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player, and the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
Here's Podziemski. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. 6 on the shot clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And the Warriors making a change here. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Pass to Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Wembanyama's got 17.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
Here's Santos. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
Well, with the pace of this game, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
Now Podziemski. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Pass to post. Outside Curry. From downtown. Rebound San Antonio. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
The wide open look here for Fox. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Here's Curry. Here's Podziemski. And so it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some inspired defense.
42.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Spurs trailed by 9. Now Fox. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry on the wing. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Green. He can't get that one.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect them to make that layup.
Wembanyama. The Warriors pull it in.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Outside Curry. To the middle. Wants to get it to Yurtseven and does. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. No good on that one.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Christie. Bangs home the trifecta.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Here's Curry. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's the 3. And it's Melton with the rebound. Warriors leading by 7. Outside Curry. To the inside. Good saving. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
Barnes. Oh, one dunk after another. Woo!
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Curry deciding where to go with it. Green from outside.
Yeah, that's just a great decision by Curry, and it's the right read at the right time.
Fox. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. Warriors leading by 10. Now Curry. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Finishes inside on the nice dish. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Warriors.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Stephen Curry.
Well, what a highlight reel he put together, playing his game and contributing in a big way.
And down goes the three.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
Shaq with the screen. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want.